last we saw you, Missy, you were blowing up, yes?
I was just going to get you a birthday cake.
And then next thing you know.
Jeez.
But I'm assuming since you're here, you're going to be okay.
If I had a penny for every blog that I read that said, if Cameron, i.e. Summer Glau, is not in this season, I am not watching it, I would be a millionaire. Let me tell you something.
You're like, yeah, she's going to be back. She's a series regular. It's going to be fine.
Calm down. Take a shower. It'll all be okay.
Very cool. Well, a lot of those crazy, very excited fans, I say crazy in a nice way,
yes,
like the chemistry between you two, but I'm hearing that so you maybe want something to happen there, but I hear you have a new love interest this year.
I do, in the form of Riley, a lovely, ordinary, normal girl for a change in John's life, and it's interesting. I think on the one hand he doesn't want to get in a relationship, and on the other he does for his own reasons of rebellion. I don't think against his mom, or I think just against himself in a weird way and what he's been taught. And but it does create an interesting. It was a triangle, as Summer said a little bit ago last season, between Sarah, Cameron, and John, and now it's a square of all four of us. And Derek somewhere in the middle there too.
Yeah, is Cameron going to get a little jealous this year?
I think as much as a robot can.
Yeah.
I mean, her sole purpose and her existence is to protect John.
Right.
So anything that comes in between that is, I think, very difficult for her.
Right. Yeah, but we saw a little humanity like popping up in her towards the end of the season. Is that going to develop more this year?
I think a lot of things are going to develop this year, but yeah, I definitely think that her learning curve is accelerated, and she absorbs things so quickly. She's becoming more and more human every episode.
Do you think it's possible for a robot to have real human feelings in this sort of mythology, or do you think she's just simulating it and she's really good at simulating humanity?
I hope it's a little bit of both. I think that her awareness is dangerous. I think that that's what drew me to the role the most. So obviously I hope that it's possible that she could feel something, but I don't want to take the easy way out. I really, I'm playing a Terminator,
right? And
I want to stay true to that.
Right. There's a lot of emotion going on between you and Brian Austin Green's character. We saw in the finale, really sweet scene that everybody likes to talk about. Is that relationship going to develop more?
Yeah, the relationship between John and Derek is interesting, and we've already gotten to do a lot of stuff in this new season, almost a whole episode that really kind of delves into their thing, and it's a tricky business, the relationship, and I knew that from the get-go, because I think that John looks to him as a kind of father figure and would like that. Derek just wants to teach him and prepare him, but John kind of feels on the one hand he has to deal with all the hassle of being this entitled, incredible guy, and then has to have everybody tell him all the time what to do, and he's getting both short ends of the stick. So there's a definite friction between the two of them, even though they need each other.
Right.
Which is kind of the same with Sarah and the same with Cameron. John's got that, unfortunately, with everybody, because a lot of people need him and he needs a lot of people still. So it's a clash.
And they want to protect him.
Yeah.
If there was a different theme this season than the last, or would you say there is? And if so, how would you describe it?
I mean, obviously evolution of our characters and the storyline, but I think the biggest thing that actually makes this season so much better is that what I also liked about last season was they kind of felt like complete 1 hour-long films that were sort of started and ended and started and ended. This season is such a cliffhanger-ridden, twist-ridden, jaw-dropping, no one can be trusted, no one is safe, nothing is sacred, and so every episode that ends, you're just kind of, and that I think is going to make the show way more enjoyable for the fans.
Very cool. And keep people watching from week to week. So you are joining Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles this year, yeah?
I am.
And I hear you may be a love interest for John Connor.
Hopefully. I mean, that's what I'm hoping on. That's what I'm praying for every night, so.
So you guys haven't filmed any love scenes yet?
Oh, no. I don't know.
Have you worked with Thomas yet, with Thomas Dekker?
Yes. He's the first person I work with, and he's so funny, and he's so, bright, and he's so witty, and so he really made me feel like at home, and like I could do whatever I wanted. He gave me a lot of creativity, freedom creatively, and he really keeps me on my feet. So
very cool. So tell me about your character, things that we don't know yet, because basically all we've heard is that you know, she may be making out with him, she may not.
That's pretty much the basis of my character. She's just the tongue. She's a walking tongue and lips. No, she's got just a normal high school girl. She's kind of has like a punk edge to her. I think in the first episode I'm wearing Doc Martens up to my knees, like those old school like Nirvana Docs, and she's just like sarcastic and witty and funny, and she kind of just doesn't really know what's going on, and she doesn't really care, and she just wants to be friends with John. So.
Very cool. So they meet at school then?
Yeah, they meet at school, and she just bugs him until he talks to her, because he's kind of protected all the time, and she's like, what's your problem? Let's go get some pizza or something, you know? She's just like really lighthearted, so it kind of lifts like the tone of the show, I think.
Oh, cool. A little humor involved.
Yeah, a little humor, a little like just realism, and a little different interactions between, you know, she doesn't know what's going on with that whole backstory, so she just comes in and figures that he's a normal guy with a normal mom and a family, and whatever else is going on there.
Oh, very cool. So do you get to work with Lena then?
She's not very fond of my character. She's not really, no one really is. They're not, they're not used to having someone outside of their inner circle sort of penetrate the trust. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I hope so.
You haven't gotten the boyfriend's mother's approval, huh?
Not yet. Dang it.
Do you think there will be a point in time that your character is let in on the secret and what's going on?
I think if she and John, you know, continue to grow close, and he, you know, trusts her, maybe he'll let her know.
Oh, Sarah Connor Chronicles, you are a bad robot, sir.
That's right. He's just doing his job. He's not really, you know, we shouldn't judge him that way.
That's true.
It's just what he's designed to do.
That's true, and he doesn't necessarily have a conscience, although we don't know for sure.
That's right. Maybe he will grow one. You know, as the more he spends time with people, maybe he'll grow a conscience, and maybe he'll be a good guy.
Tell me what's going on with your character this season. Can you give me any scoop?
I wish I knew more than I do. They've been very secretive this year about it, and the scripts are changing like week to week, and they're out of order. So we're all a little confused about what's going on. But I do know that I'm still in pursuit, and I'm assuming I'm going to catch them at some point, and they're going to have to be tested sometime. Sometime me and Cameron are going to have to meet and duke it out. So I think we'll learn about Terminators in water. I think we'll learn about lots of different things.
Lots of different things.
I'm sorry.
I know.
So dissatisfied.
You're just doing your job now, not telling me anything.
That's so. I know so little.
For people who haven't seen the show, what is the one thing you would tell them that would get them to tune in this year?
That I will send them a personal check if they tune in. Send me a self-addressed stamped envelope and $1.
All right, cool. We're going to put your address on the website. Is that cool?
Perfect.
Awesome.